Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Oh, Beverly's blue on the main page. Oh, and Vicky is orangey yellow. Hi, guys. I hope everybody's doing well today. It is indeed Thursday, January 9th, 2025. If you can believe that, that is almost, well, is that a third of the way through the month almost? Unbelievable. Also, I just heard a horn blaring. Very unusual. There's a lot of traffic around here, but nobody really honks their horn. How cold is it where we are? It is not cold. My door is wide open. Onto the patio. So, but the temperature here currently is 44 degrees. I guess that's why I'm, oh my gosh, 13 months. Amazing. Amazing legal fiction. Thank you so much for your continued support. I guess I'm more Canadian than I think, because 44 degrees is quite cool. Anyways, we have a quick little thing tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna have a late show. It'll be around 7:30 my time, which is, oh, no worries, legal fiction. 7:30 my time, which is 10:30 East. Your time zone may vary. Your TZMV. Why TZMV? That sounds like an off-brand Canadian MTV station. We had one of those, by the way. It was called Much Music, I think. 17 degrees in Indiana. It sounds like the beginning of a song. Brooklyn asks, is it the same guy from the other night? Which other night? So I feel like we saw this couple already, but I don't feel like it was that recently. I think it was like a month ago, maybe. It's Judge DJ Komet, if that narrows it down for you at all. Hi Carol, 34 in Atlanta. And that is fucking cold. Judge would say to stay the heck out of Fulton County. Oh, the guy who perjured himself. It'll come back to me. I believe you, Brooklyn, but I don't know that it is. This is a couple that is fighting over if he's making the cell phone calls to the child. And mom says, I'm not getting any calls. And dad says, I'm making these calls and she's avoiding them. So, judge was holding a contempt hearing. And, this is the result of that. So let's get to it. Nothing do it but to do it. Oh, thank you. 9-inch penis on hard. That would be fun. But I agree, I am pretty hot to be wearing so many clothes. But today I've decided to make a stand for female YouTubers everywhere. Male YouTubers get to wear hats and sweaters all day long. And it's always tits out for me. But guess what? I made 500 videos last year and most of them have my tits out. So you can go watch one of them if you don't want to interact with me wearing this. Anyways, let's watch something, shall we? What's going on? There's like 10 people here. Usually I know all of them. I love seeing Vicky say hi to the 9-inch penis. Oh, oh, that's improved my mood. That has improved my mood. I love it. I fucking love it. Actually, could everybody say hi? Could everybody specifically say hi to the 9-inch penis? For some of you, it might be the first time you've ever seen one or talked to one. Some of you may be cock whisperers. Where are y'all coming from? Hi, Kimby. You're new here, and I sound just like a shamrock. What is a shamrock? I'm Canadian. I live in Canada, but I was born in Scotland, so maybe that's what it is. I've distracted myself. Okay, here we go. DJ Komet's coming right up.
The court ordered both parties to turn over evidence, and each party has sent in conflicting evidence. I have indication from his phone that he called on those days, and Ms. Coleman has sent in information that she received no call. The only question I have for you, Mr. Coleman, is some of yours say that they are canceled, which means you ended the call before she picked up, which may indicate that why she didn't receive a call on her end. Why did the calls end, sir?
Yes, sir. So that's actually not how that works. When you
All right, everybody get out your phones right now. Let's test this because some of y'all have an iPhone. And Carol, you haven't seen them. He was in the military. They're having a dispute, a custody dispute, but he lives in Nevada now. Hi, News Now. What's going on? Not a whole lot. I'm already interrupting myself much more than I thought I would be. But look at Carissa. She just looks miserable. I know she's probably working on something and it was the freeze frame, but I'm just, Jesus Christ. If you end the call before it rings for them, it says call canceled, Courtney. Now, what happens if she blocks his number? Will it ever even ring for her? Would it only show as canceled? That's my theory.
do FaceTimes,
Yeah.
if they don't pick up, that's how the call registers.
Okay, because my understanding is that call canceled means that it didn't go through, which means you tried. So I can't hold you in contempt for not trying. And ma'am, your information shows that you didn't complete the call or you never received a call.
Right.
So I need more than 50% of the evidence to show that somebody's in contempt of court. Neither one of you have made 50%. So the question becomes, how the hell do I get you through this? My thought is FaceTime is not working. I would ask that each of you maybe sign up for WhatsApp, which is free. I can order.
WhatsApp? Did the judge take a sponsorship with WhatsApp that we are not aware of? I thought he was going to say Our Family Lizard. Or Our Family Wizard. I know what it's called. Or, what's the other one? App Close? WhatsApp. That's so weird. Can you download Kik, K-I-K? Also, try and get Grindr, no E.
You to do My Family Wizard, which costs you, I think, about $100 each a year. it has more features than WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is at least free, but it will allow FaceTime and it maintains the logs. So, sir, if you try to call, it notices that. Ma'am, if you don't pick up, it notices that. So it would be a more effective way of figuring out what the hell's happening between you two. It looks like everybody's frustrated here. And
May I,
you know,
may I
yeah,
say something?
sure.
So we both have iPhones. On an iPhone, when you call somebody, whether it's a FaceTime or a regular phone call, if they hang up before the other party receives that call, it states canceled call. It would state, if I didn't pick up, a missed call.
Understood, but he's tried and it hasn't been picked up. So I don't know how to deal with that. So I can't hold him in contempt for not trying because he tried. I can't hold you in contempt because it doesn't show that you didn't try to answer the call. And that's where I'm at. I'm sitting here going, okay, now I've got contradictory information from the provisions that you gave. And I thank you for doing that because most people never comply, by the way, when I ask for this stuff. So I'll give you that. Props for you guys. Probably for being young and understanding the system better than an old guy with white hair.
Oh, I forgot to mention, if you're new here, Judge DJ Kometz is cringy, I would say. Cringy would be the descriptor. You're going to cringe in this. You're going to cringe hard. Almost every time he talks, we cringe. Remember, these two people down here and the lawyer there all have to laugh and pretend like it's funny, but we don't. No, 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 we don't. Christopher Angleby! My friend, it is so good to see your name. I missed you. Oh, the day is getting better. Oh, it's so nice to see you, Chris. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's and a good first 9 days. 9 days.
All I want is for the contact to be made. So the court orders stand, they will be enforced, but I'm going to order you guys to follow WhatsApp. Okay. I'm giving you, hold on. I'm giving you 14 days to sign up for that and to get it going. The sooner you do it, the better. So if you can sign up the next day or two. Miss Judy, do you have information on how they can sign up for WhatsApp?
I imagine you can sign up for WhatsApp using the Apple what is that called? The Apple Store? Christopher, thank you so much. You are so sweet. Are you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you. Every time that reminds me of that old A&E TV show about like Philadelphia parking. Do you remember that? Thank you, Christopher. You're so sweet. Seriously, do you guys remember that show? Was it called Parking Wars? I'm pretty sure it was called Parking Wars. Woo! And people would get towed. Uh-oh. Anyways, let's go. You don't remember that? Beverly remembers. Vicky knows.
It's actually app close. APP.
Oh, app close. I'm sorry.
There we go. That was fine. My hand was up. APP.
Yeah, well, I call it Facebook and TikTok,
App close. It's a application you can get on the Apple Store. You guys both have.
Okay. Yeah, okay, there you go. So it's I'm sorry, I call it Face Talk and TikBook. So I actually used that line at my son's wedding. See, the old generation can still make some jokes. While this is not a joke, and I do not want to treat it as
News now! You got a membership, a gift from Chris. Oh, he's a known gifter. A known gifter. Christopher Angleby, thank you so much. And News Now, I think you look good in green. I'm gonna tell you that in my chat you're green and it looks good. Thank you, Christopher. Also, that was so cringy. It's gonna get worse, y'all. It's gonna get worse.
Such. I try to keep it light because I need both of you to get along, and I need all of this to happen. And what I need it to do is to happen.
Agree, Your Honor.
All right.
I do have one question in terms
Sure.
of, I know the first time that we got all together. I just want to make sure there's a clear understanding in terms of how the FaceTime calls have gone, because I have also had issues with how the calls are being conducted, with again TVs being involved, iPad, toy.
What do you mean by TVs, iPads, and toys?
So he's like, so I remember when we got on the call the first time, you said he should be in a room and he can have the phone, and then if he stays in the room and he talks, then that's one thing. But you also said, hey, he is 5. There's a good chance he might not stay that long.
Right. So, if there are some toys involved, and maybe he's kind of being preoccupied a little bit, so he stays there, maybe it'll help. Because what 5-year-old sits there and does nothing except talk? None.
Well,
but
so that's true.
Yeah.
But the TV part of it is what's been bothering me.
Right. Yeah. If you could shut off the TV, that would be
Oh, I do have these FaceTime calls in his bedroom. There's no TV.
Oh, okay. So what's going on? What is in the background?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's what
All right. Well, see if you can limit the distractions. Obviously, give him something that might keep him a little occupied, but limit the distractions.
I take his iPad and he doesn't have a TV in his room. All he does is toys. So
Okay. All right. So I don't know what's happening, sir. What are you hearing? What do you think you're hearing?
Well, I'm not sure if a bedroom has a couch in it, but
Some bedrooms have a couch in it. My bedroom has a couch in it. Christopher, it's snowing, and thank you, Erica. It has been an awesome 10 months. That's more than a baby. More than a baby. Bill's here. I'm looking at my bedroom, which doubles as my studio and my living room, and it has 3 couches in it. Is that a humble brag? My bedroom has 3 couches in it and a bed. Oh. Anywho. These folks can't get along. They're like oil and water, I would say, because, listen, it's a 5-year-old. Y'all need to work together. This is your shared child.
I mean, that's exactly so. And then he's usually, and
as I got older, it did. But then again, I also had a waterbed. So,
so when I'm talking to him, as soon as I get on the phone, he's like, "No, I want to watch TV now. I want to go back to watching TV."
Okay.
And we have text messages. We have text messages going back and forth of him or her saying, "Oh, I told him to pause it before we talked."
Okay.
So
well, because
he's like,
he's got to be preoccupied before you get there. So obviously he's doing what he normally does, and this is an interruption. What we have to do is remind him that, no, this is time for dad.
Hi, MB. Did he just say he had a waterbed? I'm pretty sure the judge just copped to having a waterbed. I remember a few waterbeds when I was growing up. MB, drive safe. Victoria, hello. Beverly, agree. Humble brag. Not only did I have a bed, it was a water bed. Christopher, you've brightened my day. You're so very generous. Super Chat says, KCC, do you have a sunbeam? Because you've brightened my day. I love that. You've shined? You've shined your sunbeam at me and made me happy. English with Paisley.
The TV can restart after this is over.
And I do state that to Miles.
Yeah.
So.
just keep working on that because, like I said, we've got a 5-year-old. In this day and age, at least we have this. There was a time when you guys were separated when nothing could happen.
Yeah.
I would also like to bring up like the distractions on my end as well as Zach's end of, um, you know, he did miss last Thursday's phone call. And it feels like every other time he's been calling, it's, he's in the car driving.
Well, I would ask that if you can, sir, what are the problems with you being set and sedentary for these calls, sir?
There is no problem with me being sedentary, so I'm
Okay,
not very
okay.
sure.
Just make sure you're in a certain place, and that way you limit distractions from your end because that could disturb the conversation. 5-year-olds are they're 5-year-olds. God help us. I've got a 24-year-old in the basement right now. God help me. They do get older, and God help you when they do that. In any event, what else can I help you with? Because that's all I'm trying to do is help you.
I would just like both distractions if he's asking.
Yeah. Well,
And
distractions should be limited on
Mhm.
both ends as best as possible.
Yes.
Keep it as bland as possible on each end. That way there's nothing going on in your background, sir. And as limited as possible, and keep him in his bedroom.
Mhm.
Does he have a couch in his bedroom?
No, he has a bed.
Okay. Is it a pull-out bed or is it a couch bed?
It just a twin
Okay.
bed.
Okay. So, as I interviewed a 8-year-old a few weeks ago, I had her to show me her bedroom. She named every one of her dolls. I have to interview children every once in a while. And I didn't realize how many dolls she had or how many names she could make them. But, that's an 8-year-old. And that was hard enough for me to interview because by law now, our higher courts have determined that if I don't interview a child that's over 6, that's not, once they're turned 6, I have to interview them, that it's a mistrial. So we have to start all over. And I'm like, I used to not interview any child less than 10. And 8 and 9-year-olds, I've had one that was very capable and competent. So,
I would also like to state just one more thing of the constant text messages coming from Zach.
Yeah.
Even though it was stated we need to limit our communication, it's still
well,
very harassing.
maybe we can make app close, whatever app you indicated, Miss Judy, that has the ability for them to communicate through the app, correct?
Yes.
Then why don't we make all
Okay.
communications through the app, because that also monitors your apps. That also says when texts are sent and when texts are sent back.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
And Miss Coleman, you got to understand, he wants to be involved in this child's life, and I can't imagine how hard it is to not know. Morning routine was mine when my kids were young. Afternoon routine was my wife's. And we had a hard enough time, and we lived together communicating to figure out what was going on with kids' lives. So I can imagine that, Mr. Coleman, you feel very left out, and Miss Coleman, you feel harassed because you're trying to deal with day to day. I got to just do things with the kid, not just tell you what I'm doing with the kid.
Right.
I can remember very great fights over that. My wife one time, as I'm, because it used to be that I used to do all the cooking, and then I got certain jobs and I couldn't cook anymore. And my job became, she would feed the kids. I did the morning routine. I got home. I did the dishes while I ate standing up, and then played with the kids. As she's standing there yelling at me while I'm doing the dishes, telling me I don't do enough to help around the house, I've played almost became a frisbee. But thanks to what I do for a living, I just took a deep breath because I've worked on a lockdown psych unit. I took a deep breath and said, this is not the moment to address this. And I did address it later because my wife is anal retentive and obsessive compulsive. Now we will be married for 34 years this coming summer, but
What did he just say? I have a lot of experience on this. My wife, psycho, also worked on a psych ward. What? Hold on. Did he just say? I can just imagine how miserable it must be to be married to somebody for 34 years and still be harboring resentment. Ugh. Just get a divorce already. Go be happy.
the kids. as she's standing there yelling at me while I'm doing the dishes, telling me I don't do enough to help around the house. I've played almost became a frisbee. But thanks to what I do for a living, I just took a deep breath because I've worked on a lockdown psych unit. I took a deep breath and said, this is not the moment to address this. And I did address it later because my wife is anal retentive and obsessive compulsive. Now we will be married for 34 years this coming summer, but every marriage has rough patches. But even then I looked at her and I said, on Saturday, finally, I said, look, you come home, we've got 5 hours worth, 5 hours worth of work to do every Monday through Friday. We only have 2 hours to do it in. Every Saturday, we still have 8 hours worth of work to do. And we have the 20 hours worth of work that's been left over from the week. So yeah, we're both doing the best we can. Am I helping enough? No. Are you doing enough? You're trying. Neither one of us can do it all. Raising kids is a hell of a job. But keep that in mind, Miss Coleman, when he's trying to ask about what's going on, and yeah, I mean, kids generally tell you, how was your day? It was good. Zoom to the bedroom and play with toys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she may not know either, Mr. Coleman, because the child has got a world of their own. Just try and accommodate each other in doing that. And remember that each of you are trying to do the best you can under the circumstances that you're in. I didn't choose either of you to be a parent of this child. You guys chose each other. Remember that, because you're going to have to live with each other for a long time because of that child. You have school, graduations, girlfriends, vacations, hopefully, weddings, and grandchildren. I'm at that other stage. You're just starting off with school. There's a lot more to come. Okay. We'll be here to help you get through this with whatever we can, but start using that app. Miss Judy will put it into an order. Sign up as soon as you can and start using that for all of your communications. Okay. That way it's registered and maybe we have better evidence next time as to what's happening, and hopefully we can get you through this. But both of you try to make this happen. The child deserves this, because it is the child's right to parenting time, not yours. Okay. Good luck. I wish I could have been further help. I'm sorry. I was hoping for something. Normally I get some epiphany on evidence, and that didn't happen in this case. And I thank you, Miss Judy, for going through it all before my eyes caught it. Because I looked at it, my eyes crossed the first 2 times I read it. Matter of fact, the first time I read it, she had sent me an email, and halfway through reading it, she retracted the email and it disappeared off my screen. So I'm like, what happened? She's like, oh, I retracted that because there were a couple of mistakes. I'm like, okay. I've been trying to read this all morning and go through it.
Thank you.
No, I'm just here to help, because both of you are frustrated. I'm very frustrated because I don't see how it just doesn't match. And I wish both of you well and stay safe.
Thank you.
And try and stay warm. I forgot, where are you stationed, sir?
I'm in Vegas.
Oh, sure, fine. Never mind. You can stay warm. Miss Coleman, good luck staying warm. We're in 0 degree wind chill at this point. Mr. Coleman, enjoy Las Vegas.
So she is so mad at him. Watch what she says next. This hearing is virtually over, right? This is small talk at this point, right? Look at her. She's just like fucking bursting. Just wait.
Well, he's not stationed anymore.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's not. Okay. I'm sorry. I like I said, I was rereading the file and I noticed that he was in the military. So I'm just like, enjoy the good weather, sir. Ma'am, stay warm. I got people working in my attic right now because I know things that I can do and things that I can't do, and I can't do attic work right now. They're redoing some of the vents and stuff because they've been leaking, and that's something I can't do. I am laying 600 square feet of tile in the basement because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
So I got 200 feet done, 200 square feet done, 400 more square feet to do. So
Almost there.
But boy, at 63, the body aches. So enjoy being young and in shape. In any event, take care of yourselves. And hopefully I don't have to see you again, but if I have to, I'll see you again.
Thank you.
Take care.
How cringy was that? It's like One more? Do you guys want to do one more? One more case. What about the tree? I think the tree has finally been discarded because he has not talked about the tree lately. Again, we've been listening to this judge talk about a tree that fell down, or multiple trees that he, because he's cheap, said that he's gonna cut up himself. Also, he has that piano bar in his basement that he's tiling himself right now. 200 feet down, did he say? Did he just humble brag about a 600 square foot basement, by the way? Anyways, he's mentioned before that he has a piano bar that he refurbished and like made into a lift top bar, and then he also has barrel seats that are like some sort of casks. I've talked about it before. I can't remember exactly. Anyways, let's go for one more time. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. One more time. Oh, I'm feeling generous. We'll do the 20-minute. And then that's it. Then we're going. Because I got shit to do. I've made cookies. Actually, I'm going to go grab a cookie. I have hot, fresh cookies. Oh, this might... Hold on. A bit of a jip. Bit of a jip. Judge, do you want a cookie? I'll grab
One
some.
moment here to open the record.
Good morning, Mr. Chapman.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I thought you finally got tired of us and had all those subs coming in.
Oh, I wish that were the case.
It's good to have you back. Okay, the 37th Circuit Court is in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 at 8:32 a.m.
Proceed when you're ready, Mr. Chapman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before the court is Q Owens of case 231709DS. Mr. Owens is here today after failing to appear before referee Coleman on April 5th, 2024. Bond is currently set at $500. This is the first bench warrant. He reports that he is employed at Arby's. Last payment made on this account was in September of 2024. Front of the court recommends that a reasonable bond be set in this matter and it be scheduled for hearing on January 15th, 2024 at 8:00 a.m. before this court.
Mr. Owens, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to appear at a prior proceeding as a result of your failure to pay child support. The purpose of this hearing is to set a bond that would assure your attendance at the next hearing on January 15, 2025 at 8:00 a.m. You will get notice of that in writing. Are you able to post a bond, sir?
I am, Judge.
And how much can you post?
Roughly 400, close to 5.
Less than 400.
Okay.
I
So
can
you-
also
so you-
propose I can bring 72 fresh, hot cookies. They are fresh. They're warm. I made them from scratch today. So, and I've been giving these out to people over the holiday season, and everybody's very impressed, including myself. Every time I eat one, I'm like, shit, that is a really good cookie. Damn, Paisley, you make good cookies. I feel like I've heard that before.
You're sure that you can come up with the 400?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The court will reduce your bond to $400. That way you'll be able to get out, and then just make sure that you come into court, or there's a process you have to call your enforcement officer on the January 15th date. Make sure you do that, because if you don't, there'll be another bench warrant out for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we'll see you back on that date then. Okay, free to go. Have a good day, and that's all.
Thank you.
I should not have brought them all in. Okay, one more, and then I'm putting them away. I'm having dinner after this. Am I?
Now before, excuse me, now before the court is Conrad Burton II of case 231121 UN.
Yes.
Mr. Burton is here today after failing to appear before referee Snyder on September 26, 2023. Bond is currently set at $22,655. This is the first bench warrant. Income withholding has been in effect on this case since July of 2024. So front of the court's requesting that bond be canceled, allowing Mr. Burton to be released. And I don't see need for a follow-up hearing at this time.
Okay, Mr. Burton, as a result of the request of the front of the court is going to cancel your bond that will allow your release in this matter. I will tell you it takes some time for the paperwork to catch up, so it's going to be about an hour before those orders can get signed, get to the sheriff, and then you'll be able to be released at that time, okay?
Okay. I have a quick question about my child support since it's
I
in
wouldn't,
Pima
buddy.
County.
I really wouldn't if I were fucking
sent-
you. Listen, bro, they're gonna release you, okay? Don't block your blessings, sir. That's something we say around here. Don't block your blessings. We also say don't buy mini Cokes because I will always want more. Huh. Don't block your blessings. Seriously, bud.
That time, okay?
Okay. I have a quick question about my child support since it's in Pima County. Since I was like arrested here in Calhoun County, does that also mean that I can get my modification done here in Calhoun County as well?
Yes. Wherever the case was filed, you can go in that particular county.
No, you might not be able to get your order modified here. You'll have to check with.
I've talked to Kathy down in FOC a couple times and tried to
She'd
get
be the
this
one to
done.
know.
All right, thank you. John.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know where it was initiated or, if it was an
Okay.
out-of-state situation, but, yeah, talk to the front of the court. They'll steer you in what you have to do.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We have some bench warrants for the record, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
Jonathan Seago of case 2331.
You can, but I'm going to mute you, Mr. Chapman. We don't really care about the bench warrants. We'll let him talk that out. I'm in Canada. Cove Clown? I'm in Canada. This is in Michigan. It is in, what is the part of Michigan that it is in again? Can't remember. All right, back to you, Mr. Chapman.
What's the name?
Ring.
Ring?
Ring. Like
Okay.
what goes on your finger.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
Regina Klein of case 212919 DM. And Miss Kalia Garrett of case 17490 DS. These respondents failed to appear for their referee hearings. Front of the court requests that bench warrants issue in each of these matters pursuant to statute.
Court would enter bench warrants for Mr. Seago, Mr. Karras, Mr. Marion, Mr. Davis, Mr. McKinn, Mr. Ring, Miss Newburn, Miss Klein, and Miss Garrett as a result of their failure to appear at their respective referee hearings. Court would set their bonds in the amount of 25% of the outstanding arrears or $500, whichever is greater, and the court would assess court costs of $150 in each case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too. See you, Jesus.
See you, Jeff. Take care. All right, let's go to
All right.
Eddie.
No,
We
I'm
have
not a
taken
lawyer.
proofs in this case.
I
If they're
just
still agreeable or agreeing, we should preserve them because he has to get the approval again. 2025.
Does he know that?
I don't remember if I called him about it.
Okay.
If not, we'll tell him now. Please unmute both of you.
Sir, take off your hat. Christopher, thank you so much. Good night, baby. We love you.
Okay, thank you for your patience. This is case number 2024-1832-DM. Joseph Eddy versus Lindsay Eddy. Today is Wednesday, January 8, 2025 at 8:39 a.m.
Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Mr. Eddy, I'm going to ask you because you've gotten the paperwork approved by the front of the court.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, there's a glitch, okay? And the reason I say it is they came out with a new uniform child support order effective January 1, so they will not accept the old orders anymore. So you just have to prepare.
NPC rocking it with the gifts. Beep, 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 boop. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you to NPC. That's amazing. You're so sweet. I so appreciate your generosity. And look at some of these names we know. Brooklyn got one. KTZ got one. Sarah got one. More people got one. If you got one and you're here now, come say hello. We love to have new people hang around with us. It's a little thing we do. Also, to clarify, I am not a lawyer. This is never legal advice. I'm just some Canadian girl who loves to watch court. That's just the gist of it. The gist of it. I also really like to cook, but my family is annoyed when I do live streams from the kitchen because I'm loud and annoying. So that's why I'm relegated to my studio. So less cooking, but it's still in my heart. Thank you again, NPC.
A new one that reflects what you have in the old one and then resubmit it for approval.
Okay, so that's the uniform child support?
Yes, uniform child support order.
Okay, yes, sir, I can do that.
Okay. Miss Eddy, are you contesting or disputing anything now?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Eddy, what we can do is we can take some testimony from you. That'll save you having to come back another time. So I have you raise your right hand and be sworn in, and then we'll proceed.
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give to be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Sir, in this matter, why don't you mute her?
Yeah.
In this matter, you filed a complaint seeking a divorce from the defendant. And at that time, when you filed that, were all of the statements in the complaint true? And do they remain true today?
Yes, sir.
Had you in fact resided in the county of Calhoun and the state of Michigan for more than 180 days immediately preceding the filing of the complaint?
Yes, sir. I was deployed overseas.
That's fine.
But my residential address was in Calhoun County.
Okay.
Oh no. I've heard of this happening. I feel really sad for him. Thank you for your service. Is that what you're supposed to say? I think that's what you're supposed to say. Thank you for your service.
That's fine. You state in the complaint that there has been a breakdown of the marital relationship to the extent the object of matrimony has been destroyed and there remains no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, sir.
Is there any chance that you and the defendant could reconcile and live together as husband and wife?
No, sir.
Okay. The court will preserve the proofs in this matter pending the resubmission of the uniform child support order in this matter. Sorry for that, sir. You just one of those glitches at the end of the year when they come up. Some years they don't have a new form, some years they do. So
yeah. Yes, sir.
Resubmit that get the new approval, and then we'll be able to get it entered at that time.
Sounds good, sir. And that's through the front of the court that I need to get the approval?
Yep, where you
Okay.
sent all the stuff in for approval initially. And then at that point, I don't know, do we have it in our file?
No,
Okay.
we don't.
You'll have to submit the original judgment, the UCSO, to the circuit court clerk, so they get it to us, because the front of the court doesn't process and send the stuff to us. They approve it and they keep the stuff, but the circuit court will then forward it up to us for entry.
Okay, sir, understood.
Okay. Do you have any questions, sir?
I do have one question, sir. I think on the child support section of the forms that I filed, I think I had checked the box after hearing for it to be effective. And so I just want to get clarification on if that will backtrack to the first hearing that we've had, or if it will continue on after everything is approved, and that will be the initial start date of the child support.
The support will start, if you say at that hearing, that would be the date, the start date. There's a place on the form that says effective date.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you put in there, so I don't know. Did you put, after hearing?
Yes, there were like 3 boxes, and the one that I selected, put a check mark in, was after hearing.
Okay, then it'll go back to that date, correct?
Go back to the first hearing date?
Whatever the hearing date was, the last hearing date, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Miss Eddie, we'll have to unmute her.
Oh.
Do you have any questions, ma'am? We have to.
I do not.
Okay. Thank you both, and you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
One more thing, Mr. Eddie, submit actually the judgment again, not just the UCSO to FOC. That's the way it has to be done.
Submit the judgment as well again, or just?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
For some reason, notwithstanding the fact you did that, they always like them resubmitted when you resubmit anything.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I will submit the judgment as well as the uniform child support order.
And also, if you could call us to let us know once you've done it so that we can notate it in the system, that'd be great.
Yes, sir. Could I get that phone number just so that I make sure that I have it?
269.
26996 6515. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
One more case. One
Very
more
good.
case.
At least we got
Okay, I
clues for that one.
am
Okay.
being twisted
Now
my
I need
rubber
to
arm.
see real quick if this is potentially our plaintiff.
Potentially
First and
is
last
what?
name, please.
Courtney
Clayton
calls every
Crossland?
number we hear.
Okay, I'll be back with you, sir, in just a moment, okay?
Coffee.
Okay.
That's not our plaintiff. All right.
Did we take proofs in this at all?
No, this is actually, like it says here, she did not appear back in December. You asked the defendant to prepare.
But I think he had filed a counter complaint, as my
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll
Please unmute,
this.
sir. Can you hear us, Mr. Campbell?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you for your patience. This is
Let's just talk for a minute, Gayland. Gayland. I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you. I'm sorry that I paused it here. I'm sorry that this is... It appears like I'm making fun of you. I'm really not. I'm having trouble getting into this container. Midnight Mimosa is the weed strain that I'm smoking today. Oh, it smells so good. I would also like a midnight mimosa. Could we arrange that somehow? Oh, let's make my joints too big. Anyways, it's a sativa leaning hybrid, cause that's what they all are. It's a sativa leaning hybrid, but it's okay. It's pretty cheap. to be honest with you. Cheap because I'm cheap. Sort of like the judge. Not lay my own tile cheap, but buy cheaper weed cheap. Remember, I live in Canada. It's legal here, so. Anyways, okay, let's continue. Let's see what he's gonna say from his futon. Doesn't he look like he's appearing from everybody, that person you know's apartment where, oh, is that like a hanging on his wall, or is that the cutout? You know, the apartment that has the cutout to the kitchen or whatever? And those white ass walls and then a futon in it? That's what I feel like we're peeking into right now.
This is now case number 2024-2058 DM. Kathleen Campbell versus Galen Campbell Sr. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 at 8:46 a.m. The plaintiff is not here.
Okay. Mr. Campbell, back, we were before the court, or you were before the court back on December 4, 2024, when plaintiff didn't appear as well, and you were asked to prepare the final orders. We don't have any approval yet from the front of the court. Did you submit those paperwork to the front of the court?
I have got the paperwork filled out. I just have not been able to submit it because of the weather.
Okay, what's with the weather?
Well, I am not able to drive for one. And the road.
Hold on. First of all, is he appearing with a towing company's name next to his? A towing, towing companies tend to do like snow stuff, or just sort of be able to be out there when others aren't. I'm confused. The weather, I thought he was gonna say it's been really snowy and I've been busy as fuck. But he says he can't drive. Okay. Again, can't drive, aren't allowed to drive, don't have a car to drive. These are all actually very different things. All very different things. Vicky is OG. I'm the host. We all hang out here a lot. So Vicky's OG and knows a lot of the commands. And she's great at making people feel very welcome. But technically, you're looking at the host right here. But I'm very thankful for all of y'all for helping me out with all the things. Okay, back to Galen. Poor guy. He looks like he's taken a couple hits to the head. I'm not gonna mince words.
Roads have been so damn icy that.
Well, they haven't been that icy, sir, because everybody in the courthouse here drives on them every day. So.
Well, I live an hour away too.
What?
I said I live an hour away.
Okay, well, but some of us drive an hour, so.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend.
It may be an excuse, but it's not a reason. So, what's going to happen is you have to get that. You can send it into the front of the court. You don't have to drop it off. You can send it in, mail it in if you want.
Okay, I can do that.
Email too.
Yeah, or you can email it to the front of the court too. Contact the front of the court, get their email address, and you can email all the paperwork.
Okay. Like I said, I got the paperwork filled out. I just haven't been able to physically get it in.
Okay. Well, you have two other ways that you can do it now, either mailing it or emailing it. So there shouldn't be a problem. What we're going to do, because this is the second time that obviously the plaintiff hasn't shown, and you haven't followed up on this, what we're going to do is we will send out a notice of intent to dismiss on 28 days. If that paperwork doesn't get into the front of the court within 28 days, your case will be dismissed.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Can we just take a moment and realize somebody married him? Also, my name is Paisley. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I feel terrible how I fucking paused him. This is a civil case, a divorce case. So I think it's the opposite in these cases. He's almost finished. He's got everything dealt with. He just needs to submit it, and he would be divorced. But you know, those damn roads are icy. Icy, baby. Icy.
Okay, that's all we need to do today, sir. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we're gonna close it here.
Okay, one last little bit, and then we're saying goodnight. I've already set up the stream. I've only found Colin live, so we'll redirect to him in a wee minute.
Mr. B.
Oh,
Hello,
hold
we're-
on, please, Judge, and all men with beards and glasses. We'll be back doing it tomorrow night at 7:30 Pacific, which is 10:30 East. And
Just a moment,
I got some good
please.
stuff for us tomorrow. Oh, why are you pausing it, Paisley? You wanted to mute, not pause.
Waiting here for Mr. Beams to join. All right, one moment here, please, to open the record, and then we'll begin. The 37th Circuit Court is in session with the Honorable Ryan K. Kirkham presiding. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 at 1:33 p.m. And this is case number 2024-646 CB, Halloward Group versus Ritzma Associates and two other defendants. For the plaintiff, Attorney Herstein. For the defendants, I have attorneys Hart, Beams, and Greendyke.
Okay. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Court will note that this matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to confirm arbitration award and enter a judgment based upon that award. I do note that on behalf of Paragon in this matter that Mr. Beams has filed an objection. I have had opportunity to review, again, all the pleadings and the briefs in support thereof. So Mr. Herstein, if you want to address more so the objections than your motion, because I've read that and it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. And I think with regard to the objection itself, you'll see that there's really only one issue that seems to be left. There's no objection to the dollar amount, to the valuation of the lien. It's just whether or not the foreclosure portion of the proposed relief we were seeking should be entered at this time. And the objection seems to focus on the idea that the courts should be the ones making a ruling on liens, but
You're right. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt Mr. Herstein, but I think we have a resolution of this matter. We talked about an hour ago, and I tried to get back with them.
Okay, I guess he's a lawyer, MB. But his decorum is lacking. Even we all know you don't interrupt other people, other officers of the court while they're speaking, no matter how much you want to do it. In fact, is he really just look at Matthew's face? Matthew's like, he did not. He fucking did not. His camera looks like he jizzed into it 16 times, but he has a weird fetish where he likes to spread it over the camera lens with his finger and let it dry, and that's why it's so blurry, specifically.
Couple of times, and yeah, you know, obviously last second, but I think we have a resolution of this matter.
Oh,
okay.
I tried to reach you, but
sorry.
Enlighten us then.
Well, why don't you take the lead, Ken? What do you think it is, and then I can jump
right.
on.
Sorry.
So,
No.
here.
Yeah, so there were two essentially piles of money. One is the secured sum, the sum secured by the construction lien of roughly $143,000 and some change. And then the second pile of money is the attorney's fees and interest, which is not secured by the construction lien. And so Mr. Herstein and I, we communicated, and our clients, I believe we've agreed to this, is my client's going to make 3 installments to pay the construction lien, 3 equal installments, one in January, one in February, one in March, 3 equal payments to pay the construction lien off in full. And then once that's paid off in its entirety, it'll be discharged. And then we're going to make 3 equal installments after that, one in April, one in May, and one in June of the equal installments of the unsecured portion. And then the unsecured portion will be quote unquote secured by what we call loosely as a pocket mortgage. Essentially, the idea is almost like a pocket judgment, but a mortgage instead. As if there's a default in the monthly payment, the mortgage should be held in escrow by either Mr. Herstein or me or myself. And if there's a default, then Mr. Herstein can file on the mortgage on behalf of his client and then go ahead and commence mortgage proceedings, foreclosure proceedings on the mortgage, so on and so forth. We obviously didn't work out some of the details of some of these, like the mortgage document, but I assume it would be traditional mortgage terms, 6 months redemption period, and whatnot, and foreclosure by advertisement.
This sounds like the agreement you wish. This is bad form. It really is bad form to come into the court and blindside the opposite party with the agreement, which he's putting on the record here. And I mean, I guess it's probably some like technique. I don't know. But a judge loves these cases. Yeah, because it's just like you couldn't call me at all. You couldn't email me. Like, you're fucking joking that these people don't check their emails before hearings. Like, get over yourself, Kenneth. Kenneth. All right? Would you just stop with the computer screen thing and just get with the program?
Would be okay, acceptable by us. But that's the gist of the settlement, I believe it was reached. And then the proceeds, obviously the proceeds from the payoff of the lien amount would obviously be paid to pay off. Part of the portion would be, the first installment would be pay off the 2 other lien claimants that are owed money, as those they're Keller-Ward subcontractors. So their lien amount would be paid off by Keller-Ward. I think Mr. Herstein has confirmed that they would.
Oh, I also wanted to talk about that. Is North Carolina getting snow? Is that what you said earlier, Cove? Stay safe. Some of my favorite people come from North Carolina. Also, is Texas still getting snow? I worry about my Texas people. Please stay safe. Your infrastructure is not made for the snow.
Agreeable to that.
Okay, well, let's see. Mr. Herstein, is that the agreement or
Yeah,
close to
the
the
most
agreement
part,
or what?
for the most part, I think we've got a couple of technical things that we unfortunately didn't have time to work out before getting on the call with you for the motion hearing. But yes, the ideal is certainly equal installment payments, first for the lien in 3 months, like Mr. Beams had said, and then the balance of the arbitration award over the next 3 months. So I think we're in agreement on all that. The first portion for the lien was secured by the $143,747.32 with the lien, so that was going to be not an issue. And then I think the idea was, once that's paid off, the lien will be discharged and the balance of the amount secured by the mortgage. I had talked to the attorneys for both Ritzma and Gale Plumbing prior to this, and it's my understanding that once we pay them the amounts of the lien, after getting paid from Paragon, they'd be willing to provide discharges of their lien. Gentlemen, is that still the case?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
That's
so
correct. Yes.
that'll take care of that portion of it. The details of the mortgage we haven't worked out. My client had wanted the judgment to go in so that there wasn't a delay in collection, but perhaps what might make the most sense, since we seem to be so close, would the court be amenable to putting this over for 2 weeks, and then perhaps Ken and I can have final paperwork put together for the court?
That would be fine. Other gentlemen, okay, Mr. Hart, Mr. Greendyke, is that all right with you?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Well, what we'll do then is we'll put the matter over for 2 weeks and revisit it at that time. And hopefully at that point we'll have a complete resolution on the January 22nd date.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, we won't take up any more of your time. We'll let you go, gentlemen, and see you back in that time. Unless if you have all the paperwork done, everything's done, we can dispense with the hearing on the 22nd and just just get confirmation that everything's resolved.
That sounds
Okay.
great.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all. Have a good afternoon.
You as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Look at my new notepad I got. It's a planner, ironically. It says, remember to always plan ahead. I'm really enjoying it, and it opens up like this. So it sits on my desk and it flips over. I love it. And each of the pages are like this. They're like weekly planners. And you know the best part? It cost $5. Anyways, you guys, I really mean it. Please stay safe wherever you are. I know, that's why I was thinking it, MB. I was like, I'm gonna write the court case dates. Remember, we will have a show tomorrow. It'll be later. It's gonna be at 7:30 Pacific, which is 10:30 East, but that's just when I can fit it. I hope you'll join me. Do me a favor. My friends Credence and Mikey are so close to 100,000. The goal is for them to hit that by tomorrow. Can you go make sure that your accounts, all of your accounts, every single one that you have is subscribed. Every single one counts. Within reason and terms and conditions, YouTube. Daddy. Anyways, remember that I love you and I am proud of you. I gotta get a cool sound for that. And I will see you in the next video. Oh, I already set this up to go visit Colin. So, Bill, I responded to you in Discord, as far as I'm aware. So check it. Check it real good. Remember, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. I said bye.
Ways down and ready to ride.